We've got to talk about those goblin habits. Those nasty little creatures that have been scourging, taking up all your precious time, grabbing a bit here, grabbing a bit there. Ooh, that's a whole day it just took from you. A full 6-hour period that you just played League of Legends with your friends. God. Forever lost. We all deal with the goblin habits. These are these nasty little goblins which take up as much time as you let them. This could be video games, TV, YouTube, whatever it is. If you have access to it all the time, and you can spend pretty much all the time you have doing these activities, then it's a goblin habit. These goblin habits take up a lot of our time. Why? Because we let them. This may be a fear of productivity, just going with the flow. Your friends are on, I may as well get on. Or I'm tired, I don't have the energy today. These are all common things that we all say to ourselves that might lead us to do goblin habits. But these are just habits, and they can be broken. There are ways for you to control your goblin habits. To grab them by the neck, pull out a blade and chop their head off. Sometimes these goblin habits can be fun, they can be enjoyable little things that we do on the side. But there's a difference between it being a fun activity and a goblin habit. So this goes into conscious versus unconscious distractions. A conscious distraction is something you choose to do and set a time for and go out your way and enjoy it whatever you're doing. That's healthy for you. That can reset your brain and help you just relax for some evenings. But the problem is when they're unconscious distractions and you don't have control over them. So unconscious distractions are often triggered by a feeling, a craving. If you want to be able to use your afternoons, mornings and whatever else as efficiently as possible, you can't let these unconscious distractions pull away from your time and gobble it up. Right, so these habits may often come in when you're resetting during the day. These are moments in your day which you have a break. You're like, okay, I've done an hour and a half of work. Let me play a couple of games of Dota. So you boot it up, and all of a sudden, it's dinner time and you've been on there for 4 hours. These are unhealthy resets. They use your brain activity. They make you feel tired. They sometimes prepare you for bed because they've been working you so hard. They have no negative results after, and they're often these goblin habits. And then healthy rewinding should reset your mind. It slows your brain down. It uses a different type of energy. So let's say your work is more mental. It's like making processes, maybe talking to people, replying to emails, and then your break, you might change it up to a physical challenge. So you go and exercise for half an hour to an hour. This will reset your brain really well and allow your brain to calm down mentally and get ready to go again after. You could also do stuff like meditation, journaling, exercise, and whenever you have structured meals. These will be great ways for you to break up your day. There's many videos on each of these topics which you can learn about the pros and cons and possibly try yourself. Right, so the unhealthy habits. These are often video games, TV, substances, YouTube, especially for me, holy. Snacking, social media is a really big one in this day and age. A lot of these are actually. So these often you can do for ages. They take up as much time as you let them, and these are your goblin habits. These are the things that stimulate your brain and really just don't allow you to set yourself up for more work later. If your goal isn't currently to just absolutely, it doesn't even have to be absolutely get on the grind. If you want to get shit done during your day, then you should be trying to mitigate the effects of these goblin habits. Stuff like YouTube should be used sparingly, as I believe it, to help you learn. You shouldn't be doing them in your reset time because that will stimulate your brain too much. And the reason you don't want your brain to be stimulated in your break times is because when you're doing hard work, you would be using your brain a lot. And just going on, flipping through a phone, getting this dopamine hit from just scrolling and like waiting for the next fun haha that scrolls past. This is too engaging for your brain. The point of a reset is to slow your brain down, get you calm and ready to tackle the next challenge of the day. One last thing before we go to the actionable steps. There's an episode of Diary of a CEO which they interview Nir Eyal, and I've got a lot of really good information from that for this talk. And the last thing that I have from there is we often prioritize the easy work. We often do this mental masturbation where we do everything that's easiest first, and these easy things often don't have a very big impact. If you really want to get big things done, then you gotta do the hard things. It may suck, and I also need to take this fully to heart, because there's a lot of big leaps that I need to take soon. And if we swallow the frog, if we find ways to work towards the bigger thing, instead of taking all these little side steps and wandering around the actual main thing that you need to get to, then it's just mental masturbation, and it's just not actually productive. It feels productive, but it's not really productive, which I've struggled with a lot lately, especially with watching YouTube and feeling like, oh, I'm learning stuff when I haven't been getting the things done that I need to be getting done. Alright, so actionable steps. The ones that I've pretty much already discussed is change your wind down and reset activities to ones that actually help you mentally reset and further your other goals in the day. This was discussed in the healthy and unhealthy reset and rewinding area. Alright, so next, you can identify what feelings trigger your distractions. So write down what feeling it is, what distraction it's causing, and what made you feel that in the first place. If you can understand this, then you may see holes in your emotional or physical health that you can work towards and amend. And this often ties in with the conscious versus unconscious distractions. Conscious distractions are perfectly fine, but the ones that are just off on a whim, oh, I have this feeling, I need to go do this thing, because I just need to. Those unconscious distractions are very detrimental and very sneaky. Alright, so this is probably my favorite one. If you assume the identity of someone who does not do whatever goblin habit you wish to stop, I stopped seeing myself as somebody who plays video games all the time. I love video games. I literally want to create them in the future. But I am not a full-time gamer. That is not what I do. I just do not see myself as that person to go home and play video games. It is not my default state. If you can change your default state from doing whatever goblin habit you perceive to, default, I try and get shit done. That will change the momentum of your life. If you want to go in a certain direction, if you just change your default to working in that direction, then you will be propelled so fast over time. And it will put you in a much better place. When you feel tired, drained, or sick, don't participate in the activities that will keep you awake and stimulate you. This goes into the healthy and unhealthy habits again, but if you're doing these actions, then you're training your brain. Whenever I feel sick, I need to go play video games. Whenever I feel tired, I'll just sit down and watch TV. And whenever you feel at all tired when you get home from work or school, then you'll be like, I'm relatively tired today, I'm just going to do my usual thing. Which ties into the identity as well. It's just what I do when I get home. Health also plays a really big role. If you can, as I said before, identify what health issues you might have mentally, physically, whatever else, you can work towards improving those and getting to a better position. A lot of my time that I spend now is just generally becoming a more healthier human. I exercise, I take time to meditate, think, just really improve my mental and physical health, so that when it compounds, when I'm 10 years later, I will be so much happier, so much healthier, so much stronger, and just a better person in general. Ultimately, you have the power. Here's a strategy that I got from Nir Eyal, as I said before, from Diary of a CEO. You have the power over when you do things, and if you do them at all. Whenever you feel this craving for a thing, write it down, as I said before, but also wait 10 minutes before partaking in that activity. If you're like, I need to go play video games right now because I'm bored, set a 10-minute timer and wait. Just sit there, think, and then when the time's up, go and do that thing. And you can keep expanding this time to the point that you have complete control over what you do. You'll be like, I need to go play video games right now. Wait, do I need to play video games right now? Not really. Okay. No, I don't. Back to doing whatever I was doing before. And the craving's gone. Alright, so final thing. You can set distractions in your day. You can totally go play video games or watch your favorite TV show. 100%. If you can set times in your day and be like, okay, between 8 and 10 tonight, I'm going to play this game. Or at 6 o'clock, I will watch 1 episode or 2 episodes of my favorite show. And you do that, and you be strict about it. You're like, okay, I cannot just say one more game. If your friends, whatever, be like, surely one more, and you agree to that, then you're giving power to them. Even though, like, however cool your friends are, your control over yourself and your time is more important. Your sleep is more important. Sleep has such incredible health benefits. If you look at Andrew Huberman, he has a lot of really good information on sleep and health. Would highly recommend. But yeah, you can set time for distractions, but just be relatively strict about it. Alright, this has been Zach, Too Many Hobbies, and I'll catch you later.